Well, ladies and gents, a bit of an abrupt start, but it is what it is. Welcome back. Valorant Oceania Tour 2022 Open Qualifiers 1, round of 8, Ex-Wildcard versus Honey Badgers, a hotly contested matchup. I'm Digital Cast, you know my voice, and of course, with me tonight, it's not Crash, he is here observing, but it's Smash Brother. How you doing, man?
Yeah, pretty good. Got Crash on the cams, which is honestly the best in the business, so I'm pretty happy about that. I'm doing pretty well. I had a few furfies now watching the cricket after work, so that's all good as well. Not going too hot in the cricket though, unfortunately. But this matchup, I've been told it's a bit closer than we expect from the insiders. So Ex-Wildcard will go in the favourite, of course, but we'll have to see if we'll manage to make it 2-0 or if we've got... what is the other team's name now? I forget it for myself. Honey Badgers, which fantastic name. Hopefully they'll be able to put up a fight and maybe take a map or two off.
Well, you know, that's the idea as always, but easier said than done. Ex-Wildcard, you know, I feel we maybe give them a little bit too much credit before the game's even started, but look, the namesake is there. Relatively good, strong roster, but look, Honey Badgers, from what we've been told as well, like you said earlier, really strong pack of players. Cream, Fulvus, Milky, Suave, Jelly D, these guys, right, do not underestimate them. I've seen them play. They are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, no, definitely won't be underestimating them. Pretty similar lineups going into the map as well. It doesn't look like anyone's really straying too far away from the mold in terms of agent selection. And Ex-Wildcard, or Ex-EWC, or whatever you want to call them, they're a team that has shown patchy results as well in their roster history. They can sometimes absolutely dominate or fall a little bit to the wayside. So if there's one team that can get upset, it is them, you'd say, out of the top 4.
Well, your boy Sign, Pickle Butter. Aggressive Sage Wall, but the enemies are on the doorsteps. Early engagement towards mid. And oh dear, Sign goes down, but RDW just biding his time on Rain. A big suck coming through and accountable to that as well. Now, he doesn't quite need help just yet, but Honey Badgers, they've taken a huge blow early round, but A site should be theirs.
Yeah, they take a lot of mid presence, chucking 3 up on the Ex-Wildcard guys. That's a lot of utility expended as well to try and get that information. It does look like Signed has thrown out the drone and spotted a player. We'll slow down. The mid-rotate being watched as well, so might go a little bit without action here, but it was a fantastic crossfire position at the start of the round by RDW to set up some early frags.
Now it's just a little bit awkward. Good patience, I suppose, by Fulvus getting the heal back online. Ben Beckman, all right, next door neighbors, and just claps Milky. That's a close shot, but thank God he landed it. Fulvus now miles away from his teammate. Gets scammed by the recon arrow as well. Oh, Suave, mid lurk, needs to land the shot, and then he does, but there's so many players just right next to him. This is a tough predicament for the man to get out of. And honestly, I don't really think he can do it. All eyes on Fulvus now. Last player alive. Right clicks, just not. Oh, I'll take it back. Not should have had that. But somehow Fugazi, man, from behind the smoke, takes the last player down. Okay, first round does go to Ex-Wildcard. That's a pretty good start.
Yeah, no, fantastic start for Ex-Wildcard to pick up that pistol. Pretty decently clean as well. They managed to keep the Sheriff on Swell, who's got the funny jet name, the Fugazi man. Sign, of course, playing Sova as always. He's Ben Beckman, which I'm not sure where that name actually originates from for Signed. Glad he's changed his name though. The imposter syndrome there. And we've also got Norson on Pickle Butter 111, which is probably the best username out of the bunch.
Arguably, yes, and I also made a mistake. I thought he was Signed, but now that you mention it, yeah, Sign on Sober makes sense. And there you go, the buffed Ares, but it's Norson to pick up the first kill over towards mid. Upgraded guns, of course. I expect no less. Overall, now there's hell of the tapers. Just what can you do right now as Honey Badgers? You're falling one by one, and Norton's just dancing around bullets. Basically Neo from the Matrix. And the backup has arrived as well. This round should be damn near flawless.
Should be. Few Spectres out, and of course that stinky Ares that everyone's been buying. 2 of those on the side of Ex-Wildcard. There's information though granted. Now Noz has moved over to play onto that B side before playing on the A side with the pistol, and then of course there was 3 up the guts in mid. So different strategy, different hold being executed here by Ex-Wildcard. Now Fugazi has a few opportunities here to get a few shots off. He'll actually just get railed through the smoke.
That's rude. That is actually rude. Jelly D clapped the guy. And now, Ben Beckman, here he shines. Riley gets one as well. And Jelly D, all right, you got a nice shot earlier on, but I guess the round just wasn't meant to be. Wildcard, full extreme prejudice, and retake the sites. And now it's their turn to basically play against better weaponry.
Yeah, RDW getting off the defuse as well to give Cyan the ult charge. Only one away now from that Hunter's Fury. So that's actually a really quick Hunter's Fury going into the first gun round. If you manage to pick up an orb or get an opening frag, then it's a pretty pivotal piece of kit to have available. But yeah, business as usual, really. Swell getting absolutely railed was no bueno for him, but won't be too concerned about it. Going into this round, which is the bonus. Swell has bought up, invested everything down to $0, but we'll be expecting to try and get the knives online going for the next. We'll go very aggressive down the way of A main. And Signed has picked up that orb, but spotted has been Swell.
Oh, Fugazi, man, is gone. He's out of the
Oh, nice tag.
lobby now. But yeah, it's a nice tag. But then again, here comes the upgraded weaponry. But point blank, let's see the Ares finally in action in the hands of much more skilled players. And it gets absolutely nothing done. Good damage early on, but look, you still lose sight. Spark to go down. 5 players healthy for Honey Badgers. It's their rounds to lose now at this point.
Yeah, Cream not afraid to hold the W key and get right in there on entry on the site. Bit of patty pan in the way the smoke goes down and the jet dash comes out.
Southeast Asian aggression. That's all I can say.
Yeah, every game it seems to be the way. Noz is in a very forward position you'd expect on this retake, and will force Cream out and take out the dart before ping even goes through. So that's a handy piece of play there from Noz.
Very heads up, using G-Sword to flush out the corner. But the Spectre slightly nerfed that range. I don't know, maybe pre-nerf Spectre would have been able to get a few things down, but not anymore. No, Ben Beckman doesn't quite get the kill, and Milky sprays down 2. Oh, look, if you're a Norsen, you might be raging a little bit. Signed. He basically dragged his teammate down.
Yeah, well, he does that. Little Dale Tang, changing his name for the 3rd time this week, it seems. But no, just running around with the bar. It was poor timing, but unfortunately, they were just looking for exits anyway. The real question is, though, is what's Swirl going to do? So he'll just fire up this Sheriff, because didn't have any impact that round with his Vandal that was brought up, so he didn't get any ult charge, really. If he got 1 frag, he would have been on 6, and then maybe you can get him that ult point for the knives, but really in a sticky situation, not getting anything off that aggression. They do manage to keep the Hunter's Fury going across. Again, Noz is quick enough to take out Dart.
He tried to go for it, but however it was red. Signed, Hunter's Fury, a 2 for 1, good damage early on, but bear in mind, there is still Sage, and if you wait even longer before an execute, you can heal both players.
Yeah, you can already see the information, though, given across now. Only 1 player remaining on A for Ex-Wildcard. Noz will be the pivotal piece in the puzzle here. Needs to get at least 2, but Cream will manage to dodge away.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Also stolen the game. Just taking it slow.
Yeah. Wildcard have given up mid here, or Ex-Wildcard have given up mid here.
Yeah.
And you can see the side of the Honey Badgers are going to use that to their full potential. Noz is going to get the first.
Oh, this is going to be rough.
Scot-free.
Oh, you would think that Cream would have stepped foot inside the poison. But having Noz regardless miss those shots. And now they've taken kitchen control. Ben Beckman doesn't see it coming from a mile away and counts as a bullet to the forehead. And now here comes the rush. Honey Badgers storming over towards B. Only 2 players left now for Ex-Wildcard. Smash at this point. The save, it seems like they're leaning towards it.
Well, yeah. It looks like Swell's managed to find a rifle on the ground as well. So that is a savable round for them. RDW, yeah, they're just giving up for the save. And yeah, as soon as that first goes down, that Sage towards mid, all of a sudden the mid round you can open up those opportunities to go through the kitchen. Unfortunately, Signed again getting caught out with utility / knife in hand, so wasn't ready for the gunfight. And as soon as Signed goes down there, it's pretty much all she wrote. Unless Noz got some hero play where he gets the first and sees the second through the one way, there's really no more to be written this round. And we'll even up it to 2-2 as well.
Yeah, that was good. And, you know, like you said earlier on, Noz going down, that was also a pivotal piece of the puzzle. It was him being basically the defender of B with his util. Once he's gone, B side gets opened up over towards Long. But then Signed as well.
Yeah.
Recon Arrow on retake. You lose that, you got to really rethink your choices.
Yeah, it's just if Noz lives at yellow, he gets those 2 frags, then all of a sudden that side of the map, that main push is shut down, and then he has that side of the map to play with, and you know, it suddenly gets really messy for the side of the Honey Badgers, but doesn't happen. And now we're going to see some odds and sods and some dirty buying here. We got some Aries, some Bucky coming out as well.
It's been a long time since I've seen the Bucky. Now, I just want to bring up, right, Minimize for Nebula, when he played on Icebox with the Bucky, he played like a rat. I think he played Sage, though, maybe Viper one time, but just basically playing around corners inside his orbs as well. Just runs out when he hears the plant and claps him. Ooh. It's hilarious to watch.
Well, rats are quite hard to find nowadays, so if he manages to post up, play like a rat, then that's a pretty decent idea.
Ultimate being garnered by Suave. There's the ult point. Good start, and now same story again. Just take it slow, work together as a team, get a few picks, maybe an ultimate hit or not. RDW gets pinged, jumps in, escapes to safety, Scream pumping a few bullets into his thigh.
And he can't really walk that one off. Does manage to survive with the 1 shield left over. Not armor, it's shield.
Not true. Oh, well.
Suave's actually picked off RD, which is the lurk.
Oh no, Milky. He's made his way so far down.
He's weaved through the traffic.
It doesn't even matter. Jelly D just claps Pickle Butter. Signed Ben Beckman. Using the wrong thing there. And Fulvus swings the corner. Easy frag. Now Swirl, what can you do with these blades? Finally, you have them, but right now on site it's basically 1v5. Noz with the Bucky.
Eco damage. Yeah, all eco damage now.
Oh. Come on, Swirl. Good for 1. Nice attempts, but how the util just won out that duel. Now Noz with the Bucky. What do you do?
Oh, you just go down. Yeah, look.
He tried his best.
Just trying to find some eco damage. As soon as Sign goes down there in the kitchen area, that's just, that's it. Then you're just trying to find any damage. Of course, the investment wasn't too heavy from the side of Ex-Wildcard in that round. Now they'll be on the full buy. They've got a few players on half shield, but you'd imagine the utility would be there for them.
I would hope so, but sometimes, you know, utility does win these rounds, especially nowadays, given how Valorant has util that is basically a gun. So, you don't know.
What was the line at the start of Valorant? They were always preaching about how...
In Project A, abilities set you up for kills.
Or it was like gunplay matters or gun...
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
But so far, though, I gotta say, Honey Badgers, they are winning every duel and gunplay thus far. Find, nice shock dart onto Milky, takes him down so low, but dancing with the devil.
It's making me nervous now after 2 rounds in a row and going down to no gun out.
Third time lucky.
He gets the tag on Jelly, but he already knew the play was there. It's not going to give a lot.
Wow.
Of course, Swirl almost gets the angle to find the pick on the tag player. Gonna have a few words to the wildcard coach or ex-wildcard coach Sword after this about Signed and what he's keeping in his hands. RDW playing a 1 and done position, but on Reyna could be good for 2.
Yeah, I like that wall as well. Forces them into that small gap. RDW, oh no, wall comes up. Don't know he's there just yet. Vandal shots in exchange. Being a rat inside the smoke. There you go. For 1. Doesn't quite pop the util just yet, but the Hunter's Fury forces him out. He's tagged low, and he goes down to Jelly D regardless. Fulvus chimes in. Oh, the defense is falling apart, Ben.
Yeah, it was a really good crossfire they had set up, but unfortunately, RD just getting a little bit too greedy. He was really trying to play that position, not just getting out. Oh. And now Swirl going down. The timing on Signed here. He doesn't get it. Oh!
That's pain. Noz now 1v3. 8 seconds just to start a plant. This is it. Here's the run. Here's the run. Noz gets 2. But Milky's around the corner. Noz has to stay alive. He has to stay alive, but he goes down. How many seconds was that? Milky clutches.
It could have been 1, maybe even less than 1 second, and Noz did all the hard work, just unfortunately getting taken out in that duel. Good start to the match, though. Good start to the match.
That is a clencher. Unbelievable. And you know, arguably, he had the right idea. He couldn't basically guarantee if the last player was playing over towards 410 or Maze. So he just ran backside and tried to hold on for dear life. And just in the nick of time, you know, Jelly D just gets that frag. Oh no, that's disaster. And now look, another stiff eco for Ex-Wildcard.
Deploying drone.
That's one hard one to stomach, that one. And Noz playing over towards, but
wow.
Again, Swirl with his early aggression has been met by Cream. Cream winning that head-to-head so far. Not something you usually would say with Swirl on the Jet. Usually it's a pretty one-sided affair when Swirl goes up against anyone, but maybe
Game
a
one
little bit longer
shippers.
to get into it.
Yeah. You know, if I didn't know better as well, this game, Honey Badgers, they seem to be playing really patient on the attack, and more often than not, it's the defenders who are swinging into these angles. Kind of a similar story there, but granted, they're on eco, they are forced to push. And now Jelly D, deep positioning, easy clap onto Pickle Butter. Nos is around the corner now, just trying to do his best. Oh, but just clinical right now. They're playing together as a team. They double swing these angles. Ben Beckman and Nos, they go down simultaneously. Flawless round now for Honey Badgers. They're leading by 3 rounds, and their economy, so good.
Yeah, that is a big flawless, because that economy is looking pretty at the moment. Wowee.
5 rounds back to back as well.
On the
Jeez.
trot, yep. On the bounce. Oh, they didn't manage to get any damage done on that round from the side of Ex-Wildcard, and you can see firsthand the operator being picked up from Swell, but this isn't an angle that the side of the Honey Badgers have been playing very often. They don't really go up for that aggressive A push at the start, so I think that Swell's gonna... not gonna see much action with the operator to start off the round, and yeah, as you mentioned before, they are playing quite patient.
Yes.
Knowing that the onus really is on the Ex-Wildcard roster at the moment to make a play, find a little advantage in the rounds, because at the moment it's just not going their way.
Yep. But at the end of the day, you know... Oh, wait, hang on, Jelly D. While we were talking, he's walked basically onto the B side, and the timing may be perfect. RDW has to clear this angle. Did you see him?
No,
No.
not a pixel.
Wow.
It's the perfect tuck from Jelly D, but we'll get
Wow.
to dodge that as well, the recon dive dodge. So
Jesus. Guy is living inside the Matrix right now.
we'll get spotted.
Yep. Good idea. So now maybe this will draw a few rotations off of A. Maybe, and that's when, you know, one of the players starts to aggress over towards A. But no, they are going to commit towards B. Okay, fair enough. Toxic screen down. Aldrin to come through.
Yeah, you clear out yellow, but...
Enemy mark, enemy tag.
In sight.
How much should it see?
Not sure if it saw all of the players up in main as well.
Well, now they know. It doesn't really matter. Sage all up. Spike to go down. Nice and easy. I mean, they're trying their best to deny, but it's going to be a 5v5 post plant. You rarely see these nowadays.
Yeah, and it's a post plant that you wouldn't really favor Wildcard to take out because, yeah, Cream's on this lurk, and they got the retake operator to go through as well, so this is going to be an incredibly difficult round for Ex-Wildcard to get back into, unless
that happens.
Like that.
Yep, Norson doubles kills just then on the clean tap onto Jelly D. Recon Arrow spots out some of the attackers post plant, and now look, Wildcard, they're really starting to come alive by Cream from behind, running on site, and Bulbix is missing the spray, the wall's up. Cream, you need to do something. It's too late, it's absolute chaos. One player left, it's all down to Milky, spraying blindly, and finally Pickle Butter Norson goes large and even gets the defuse. What a win by Wildcard, but let's be honest, Smash, that was an all-out brawl.
It was an all-out brawl, and I cannot believe Norson has clutched up on the 3K that round to save the team because it was looking dicey. I would have given him no chance. Cream was a little slow on the lurk, meaning that they managed to get Noz onto the spike, get half really quickly, which put the pressure on Cream to run away. And you saw that he had to even pull the knives out, thinking that the move speed bonus from having knives compared to the rifle was going to be the difference maker.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it wasn't. So he expends knives there as well as losing the round. It won't damage the economy too much because they still had a lot of money. They've still got this round and the next buy comfortably, but bit of a momentum breaker for the side of Ex-Wildcard. They managed to get one on the board.
Well, momentum breaker, sure, but, you know, the thing is, not economy breaker. They have to win, what, 3 rounds at least back-to-back? Healthy as well, just even break the economy. But not that it matters, Mid's been left alone. And Norson, oh dear, maybe the death of Noz. It doesn't matter though. Cream just looking behind a little bit more and catches out Norson looking the wrong way. And the defender's rotating over. Once again, you have to beg the question, do you try save it? Oh, this guy, he wants retribution from last round. He missed those blades, and now he's on for a kill. Cream's on for 3. 1-up swirl. And now it's all down to Ben Beckman. Signed. Dale Tang, run for the hills.
Yeah, not a lot you can do here. That's the change of pace coming through. And again, they just get the rub of the green, avoiding the operator line of sight. So again, Swirl is forced to rotate around and try and look for kills instead of holding the angle, which you really want to be doing on that operator. Side will find one, but again, these kills, as much as they hurt the economy, it's not a killing blow. Yeah,
He already
It's
got
important
arrows.
for Sign to keep his life here because still got the 2 shock darts as well as the rifle, but it looks like he's going to get chased down.
He's
hunted.
pooping his pants right now. Everyone's coming from everywhere. They know he's around here somewhere. Cream misses the shot, but now Slime just gets ganged up on him. Still gets one onto Suave though before he goes down. But Cream, free gun upgrade and onto the operator. Lands a 4K as well. He just used his blades last round, and he's basically close to getting them again.
Yeah, and here we have the tack timeout coming through. So the Ex-Wildcard guys are going to have to a little bit of chat about what's going on. 3 to 6, so they are quite a distance behind, as well as the economy is absolute rubbish at the moment for them. So 1900 on the side of Norton. So I mean, there's not a lot you can do there. Maybe you can get dropped over a gun by, well, no one really, because Swell is still too far away from those knives for it to be a factor. I think that momentum definitely on the side of the Honey Badgers. And
That's right.
a little bit of a wake-up call for the side of the Ex-Wildcard guys.
You remember that?
Looking at
The really old like meme kind of back in those days. You would know, like the honey badger eating the honeycomb.
the snake?
Yeah.
The honey badger eating the snake. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
the honey badger's a fearsome animal. Pound for pound is like one of the strongest or
Honey
most
badger
deadly
don't give a
creatures in the
F.
world.
Honey badger
Yeah,
don't
he really
care.
doesn't.
Right now, and look at this. Wake up call indeed. Now, correct me if I'm wrong though, but I think in the past, Norton prefers to play Killjoy, even on Icebox. And I think that may be the difference maker right now. That mid presence being a Sage, it may not be enough. You need some extra useful to help back you up. Because at the end of the day, mid, it's basically 2 lanes.
Yeah, mid it's quite hard. Unless you drop that Sage Wall early on in the round, so you're only watching that one lane. But then if you're doing that, they slow down the round, Sage Wall expires, and all of a sudden. So it is kind of a difficult position to play as with round started. Cream versus Swirl. Cream has won this duel
Every
a
time,
lot.
I think. Yeah.
Pretty much. Timing favoring Cream once again, and the operator beats out the Marshal, and might see a mouse change from Swirl going into map 2 if it continues this way. So I'm actually missing the timing there. Noz did poke out of the wall very briefly, but
Toxin screen down.
didn't get the timing on it.
I mean, at the end of the day, do you think it'll affect the result of this round? Wildcard, they need a small miracle or a medium one, really, to snatch it away from Honey Badgers right now. They get 1 kill early round. They're playing against anti-eco, and they slow things right down. It's just letting them boil in their own juices, I would say.
Yeah, they're really making Wildcard second guessing. IDW will get first impact, but Jelly D is going to win that one out. Of course, the second shot from the Sheriff not coming through, but Noz needs 2 kills from 1 clip here. Won't get anything.
I think they're just overthinking it a little bit. I mean, Pickle Butter, okay, yeah, just nice timing, picks up 1. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's just 1 kill. In the long scope of things, it's trivial for Honey Badgers.
Yeah, it really is. I think they're pretty set to play out pretty much the rest of this half.
They've secured the 6.
Yeah.
Good timing.
1 enemy remaining.
No, I don't care. It doesn't matter. I take it back. Cream just finds Pickle Butter regardless.
Someone's got the Guardian.
1v4.
Interesting thought, yeah. I've seen him do some pretty special stuff on the scope, but not this time.
Cream has the bigger scope. That's the problem.
Yeah, and Cream, another multi-kill round. Of course it was an eco, so collecting the big eco frags just to boost up the stats. I don't think this one's on the VLR.gg though, so not going to be a disappointment for Cream, but...
Not yet, it's not.
Really, well, not yet, could be uploaded later, but Cream's really handling the inner Honey Badger, you'd have to say. But you see these players come through, and especially ones that are probably less experienced on the big stage, and sometimes they can be a bit one-paced in the sense of they either just send it every single round, and, you know, if it works, it works, if it doesn't, it doesn't, or they're way too passive. But Cream's had a good balance here, and has been playing off the team really well, which is a real big positive sign for them and for the side of the Honey Badgers. Because they're looking like they might have an almost unbeatable lead going into the second half.
Oh, and a new plant spot as well. They've thought this out. And Wildcard, they've changed up the defense a little bit. Okay, Sign, good read, but just a tad too slow. Oh, okay, does get a tag onto Cream at the very least, but Lunch Lady's there to patch him up. 5v5 retake again. Jelly D, what the hell?
This spot is nasty.
And he's raided as well. RDW trying to do some damage, but it's a long range shot he has to achieve here. Jelly D, okay, drops down to his death. It's looking much more doable now, but bear in mind, Hunter's Fury on the attackers. Resurrection back online. Numbers equal. Swamp pulls out the Hunter's Fury, just trying to do some damage, catch a few players out. Except for a tap right now. Fugaziman picks up one, and it's just back and forth. Cream eats the friendly Hunter's Fury. Doesn't matter. They want to just hold down the spike. That's all down to last player Milky. Can't lock it down. Only W on flank, but however the time. Ben Beckman halfway. Can't get it. Everyone dies at this point. Oh, goodness. The first successful retake, and they still lose the round.
Last round before the switch.
Yeah, they managed to save out the operator. RD picked that one up, got magnet hands and picked it up, but not enough. You need the rounds on the board. You're really not worried going into this last round. They'll have a very scrappy buy once more, and RDW will take up the operator for himself as Swirl will have the knives
And the
this
Guardian.
round. And then the Guardian, yeah. Guardian did get buffed. Crash mentioned that
Slightly,
before the
yes.
broadcast, which was very, very nice because I did not even look at the Guardian's changes, but I believe has got a bit of a buff on the
Scope down, I think.
yeah
Fire
the,
rate,
the
yeah.
scope down as well as the
Oh, sign, don't do this.
penalty. This is actually much needed though. They need a little piece of aggression to work out, but it's not going to happen. The second pick comes through, and actually it is going to be Norton.
No, Norson!
Vertical.
That's a lot of kills worth, but now they're all gang up on him. Sign gets res, they know exactly where he is. Fighting for his life, 11 bullets now. Then around the corner, he needs backup ASAP. And Norton's trying to help him out, but just can't get it done. The Sage Wall was there preemptively. Last round of the half goes by just like that.
Switching
Yeah,
sides.
and that's an absolute stinker from the Ex-Wildcard guys. They would have gone into this matchup thinking, okay, well, you know, we get a bit of a start, winning the pistol, winning the second round, and then only getting one in the next 10 rounds is rough stuff. But again, not to be too rough. It could just be waking up. I know some of them have a pretty late bedtimes, and some of them might be a little bit tired after, a little bit weary after work or school. So have to see if they come into the second half a little bit stronger. Of course, if they win the pistol in the second half, they can get it up to 4-9, and then all of a sudden the yips start appearing on the side of Honey Badgers, and anything's possible.
Anything's possible, but,
Right here.
you know, 3-6, man. I mean, 3-9, 6 rounds down. Even if
Revealing
you
area.
win the pistol, that 5-9 is basically guaranteed, but you still have to deal with these incredibly sharp players of Honey Badgers with the full buy. And look at them on defense, being so proactive, just running it down mid. And now it's over towards A, and they're willing to basically play attack simulator, but they're on defense.
Yeah, well, attack worked so well for them. Might as well put yourself back on the attacking shoes, and IDW with the frenzy up close.
Oh dear.
We'll find the first and dismiss out as well. We'll get around the corner, the second peeker. Oh, Swirl not getting the timing to back up RDW.
That's unfortunate. He had the overheal. No, he had the dismiss as well, but the defenders, equalized numbers, just trying to figure out, you know, where the attackers are, poking and prodding, but they're all boxed in basically dead on site. Jelly D, nice 2-tap. Fugazi Man's gone. They're just sweeping over the defense. One player left. Ben Beckman, 1v3. This point, recon arrow, but for what? You have a classic, and they destroy it so quickly. They're just sticking it in front of his face.
sticking it.
Sign can't do anything. Oh, and Jelly. Jesus, just locking it down. You know, Smash, that Sage Wall, I'm pretty sure it was one of the attacker Sage Walls, and Jelly D played it to his favor as well.
That's it. Doesn't matter whose wall it is. If it's up in a position that you can use on as the opposite, opposing team, then might as well use it to its full advantage.
Double
Really and
force
truly
though.
wants to. Well, I think they need to. 10 rounds, they give up the 11th, and then you're leaving very little room for error, very little margin to play with. Side has had a pretty decent showing, 12 for 12. I mean, he's really the only shining light at the moment on the side of the Ex-Wildcard. Swirl, uncharacteristically, has been very quiet. Now, let's have to see if he can get anything done in this force with the Marshall full shield.
They're running it down though, but look, bear in mind, this 5-man stack over towards A, you better pay off. The defense is already pretty heavy here. Fulvus around the corner. 3 bullets downrange. Nos trying to fake the jump up. Sage Wall goes up, and Nos, nice kill. Cream, however, frags right back. But hang on, he's gone so deep. Only has a bloody... Oh, he's a Marshal. He doesn't care. Still gets a no-scope down. And now the attackers, they're in a rough spot. They're losing HP, and they're losing players. 2v3. And the defuse already starting by Swab, but it's a fake. Fugazi Man trying his best. Sign for one, sure, but it's not planted for you. Swab sticking in front of his face again. It's desperation. Just can't get it done. And Jelly D racks up the last kill, 11-3. Ben, this is one-sided to say the least.
Certainly it's quite one-sided. Not exactly what I was expecting when you told me about the matchup coming through today. I was expecting Wildcard to a little bit more presence on the server, but course,
You know,
it is a best of 3.
the scary
and-
thing is, right, because of last year, how Oceania basically got, you know, dunked on, and we couldn't go overseas, a lot of people, you know, you have to admit, they didn't have the motivation to play anymore. And dare I say, coming into 2022, complacency, it could be a factor.
Always is, especially when a scene goes from basically the experienced players that came in from other games. Is finally, Swirl starts to kick off and will check Cream. No, won't check Cream, but
You're blocking.
second player in won't be able to get it either. So Cream's actually just got out scot-free here.
Yeah, that's rough. He thought they had something going for them, but now they desperately need to win this round. Playing against Match Point is going to be a death sentence, to say the very least. Noz, he has to work to wonders here. Mid lurk, late, and they're running through some util. Noz, come on, land a shot here, baby, but no, it takes his time too long. And Jelly the juking the shots out. Noz just gets ganged up on. That's heartbreak. 3v4 now with only Sheriffs. They need some miracle headshots. RDW, that's a nice one to start things off. And now they're spamming through blind. RDW escapes with his life. Gets a second. He's making it work. The overheal to come through as well. Juking around the corner. The last player left standing. It's all down to Cream. 1v2. Has a stinger though. I mean, the SMG has read them down. 1-on-1. He has to figure out where RDW is. Cream is shooting blindly. He knows where he is. RDW is running for his life. 10 HP. Just running the clock down, and he's won it! He's won it! RDW! What a hero! Even gets the kill! Oh, man!
My guy right there. He's out. In like Flynn, out like Trout. Beautiful one taps, gets the hill up through, and there it is. Some momentum breaking. Finally, a hero play. The 3-piece feed.
That's what you
He's
needed.
loving it.
That is
He's really
hype
loving
as
it.
hell. Unbelievable. Your taint would have been clenched tight as a... Oh, okay, that's probably... I probably shouldn't say it, but...
yeah, I mean.
Yes. Unbelievable. But for once, though, you know, this game, we are finally seeing honey badgers on an eco. For once. But Cream has blades, and Cream is Cream. So,
Dangerous prospect, Cream, with the blades. I'll have to see if he's dishing up butter knives tonight. Hasn't had a hero player with the knives actually yet. It's mainly been on the rifle. He's just been able to snap to heads. Early aggression again spotted. They haven't even looked like going B on the side of Ex-Wildcard. It's just been A all day.
well, it's worked once. Might as well try it again. But success hasn't really favored them. RDW looking to go a little bit further, though. Cream, right click. Okay, commits all his blades to destroy one player. I mean, was it worth it? Maybe not, but it's a bit of a brawl on site now. 3v3. Bear in mind, they're on eco, and they've managed to bring it down to this. Ben Beckman trying to get something done. The double swing, the lineup, catches Swab, and Cream's around the corner. Yeah, he can't get anything done. Okay, they bring things back, and Milky needs a small miracle to bring it home.
That'll do
Spike planted.
some damage here, I reckon.
Oh, Cream. Never mind.
Back-to-back 3Ks for RDW. Now he's heating up into the server.
He is. It's a good start. Okay,
So they
like,
hit
you said earlier on, right? Swirl being uncharacteristically quiet on his jet, on his duelist. But however, RDW, when he steps up, that's good, especially on the attack side, when you guys need it the most. Some firepower.
In the last 2 rounds, Swell's got the opening pick, and we all know that opening picks are probably the highest weighted kill you can get.
Conversion.
Aside from like a 1v1 clutch or something, but yeah. So they've been pivotal kills from Swell in this half, and Cream will now pull out the operator, but will get absolutely minced by Swell with the knives and signed with the drone.
That was a nice little neat strat there. And Swirl misses the blaze. I mean, puts a few into Swab, but can't quite finish the job. Goes for the gun, picks up a free operator. This is clear now. Wildcard, they're starting to find their stride. A again. And look, it's working. It's getting better and better as we progress.
Cleaner and cleaner. And again, a 3rd round in a row, Swell picks up the opening frag. So far, it's been 100% win rate when Swell's done that, so look to this round to be a bit of an eco booster from the side of Wildcard as they desperately need it.
Look,
You would say that this is always the one that gets me though. How many times can you get away with executing the same strat before you get either matched, or do you second guess yourself and all of a sudden go B and get absolutely swatted down? Bit of cat and mouse now to be played.
Almost
as
didn't see
well
him.
to get-
Oh,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Jelly D is just too sharp. RDW on the hunt. Narrowly misses Fulvus though. Now they're sticking together, the last 2 players of Honey Badgers, just trying to bring those guns home. And Squirrel just playing basically inside attacker spawn. Now, this is going to be interesting. Holding each other's backs, but the attack is on their doorstep. One goes down, Jelly D hanging on for dear life, but swirls around the corner.
Oh,
Narrowly missed him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 to 11.
Like you said, you know, how many times can you keep smashing A before they start adapting and start countering you? Because realistically right now, we're seeing, who was it? Honey Badgers play a little bit more, I wouldn't say aggressive on defense over towards A, but they are swinging these angles. So what happens then when they basically give them A site and play 5-man retake? Because we know the players of Honey Badgers, they are sharp. It's all a matter of, you know, like the shots.
Disaster now that's happened is they're 5 stacked on the eco towards A. And yep, this is the round they go B.
I think you jinxed it. I think you jinxed it.
But the pace might catch Wildcard off guard here, actually, because you look at that, there's 4 players already pushing out of that A site.
But they're aware of it. Look at Swirl. He's watching the angle. Misses a shot, though.
Yeah, you only saw 2, but that would be enough information, you'd imagine. And Swirl will want to get as far away from that as possible.
Spike planted.
So yeah, ring around the rosy and shoot, and it is going to be Wildcard with all of the tools that they could ever want for this round to go their way.
Jelly D, though, hero rifle. I would like to imagine his teammates are basically just there to be the meat shields for him. And bear in mind, he has the ultimate as well, so if he pops that, there's a world in which he just frags up. Ben Beckman, nice spray, takes down Milky. That's getting messy now. Utility flying everywhere, and players get scanned. Jelly D swings. This misses the safety. Getting so deep. Guns out. Jelly D for 2. The overheal Jelly D. 3 picking them up. And Swirl finally takes them down. Halfway DPs by Cream. Nice util. And destroys Cream by 1v1. Time's up. But Suave, what a shot. Picks him up. You know, Wildcard, they won the round. But that is an expensive investment.
Yeah, it was. And that round, as soon as they got the plant out for free, was about limiting damage. But Jelly D had other things on mind when he's up to 22 to 8 now for Jelly D.
It was about the hero rifle.
He did have the hero rifle, but he was versing a full kit of, you know, they're full shields, full util. Like it was,
yeah.
So pick up 3. And it didn't even feel like he baited that much, to be frank with you. As soon as he hit that dismiss, he went straight for Sign and took him out. But now, here we go again. A.
Jelly D was the one pushing the issue on the retake. I said meat shields. He just, you know, he made me swallow my words.
Yeah, he's not a beta, this bloke. That's for sure.
Oh. Yeah, look, Swirl, you gotta think twice about that. Jelly D's absolutely turned on and cracked out of his mind. A Wildcard. Okay, look at that.
Oh, Cream in a prime position now.
Jelly D, Jesus. Collapse, Swirl. Yeah, he said prime position for Cream, but I'm starting to think that you got some magic powers there. Smash. A little bit of gypsy magic. Yeah.
They cast a curse. But you see Wildcard have completely given up on that A play now. They've rotated everything over towards B. Noz will drop the Viper's pit, and Cream again will not quite land the shot needed. But Suave does have an idea of where the plant will be and has slowed it down for the meantime.
Nice attempts. But, you know, playing inside a Viper's pit, it's a little bit daunting. Now, granted, the Hemstover's still alive, so recon arrow on the push. But Milky starts things off nicely. On the lurk, catches Arnie W towards mid. And now he's will be the one pushing the issue towards mid now. Pickle bucket, point blank. It's a bit of a brawl, but Milky just trying to get the frag. And he's so low, but did he see him? I like to say yes. Nas playing inside his pit for 1. Still juking around these angles. Nice reaction time. Picks up a second, and Pickle Butter chimes in. All right, Wildcard. It got a bit dicey early around. They lost 2 players, but they kept everyone alive. And that was basically a 3v5 coastline.
Unit online.
Yeah, it was, Norton's had some crazy rounds where he's really decided, well, has been the deciding factor in those rounds. Not a lot of kills to Norton's name, 13, so he's not lighting up the world, but the impact from at least 6 of those frags have been key to contributing round wins, which have been few and far between. But now you see that Ex-Wildcard have managed to string together 5 and put another eco on for the Honey Badgers.
Revealing area.
No knives to play with this time either from Cream, so we'll be looking towards any sort of economical damages. There's a little bit of a clowny jewel come out.
Wow.
2 shots landed each, I reckon, but nothing to the dome, so both players are just going to walk it off.
The counter strafing as well, it's beautiful to see, you know. And Noz, he understands what's coming around the corner, just holding the angle. A Cream as well. He expects them to push the issue. And now Wildcard taking a page off Honey Badger's playbook, just slowing things down, letting the defense push. But I think Honey Badger is just a little bit too ahead of the curve for it.
Some two drones having a bit of a make-out session there.
Oh, here they go. Nos may not,
Nos.
he may not expect this, but nah, okay, he reads it. He reads it.
Yeah, now Jelly again in a fast position. We'll find the first and dismiss away.
You
Yeah.
will not kill my
He gets
ally.
these, man. Honestly, this guy's an absolute freak of a human being. Okay, but granted, only had a sheriff. Got one and got out of there. Suave though, got in so deep, but 1v5. I don't know about this. It's next to
30
impossible.
seconds
But I gotta say one thing though. Wildcard. Wait, hang on, Suave. Nice shot. Okay, never mind. Pickle Butter, he burned the resurrection against an anti-eco. I mean, is there economy in that dire of a situation? They've been winning rounds.
Yeah, they have been. He just wanted to see Noz do the worm, I think. Noz went down, back up, back down, ended on the floor, but with that, looking at their economy now, I mean, you've got Cyan who's managed to get himself 8,600 clams in the back pocket, so he's loving life. He's set for the rest of the map, you'd imagine. Poorest, the Noz, still has enough for a buy next round. So I think they're looking pretty decent economy-wise. As well, we'll have the knives up before the end of the game as well, so they're fine. Now all of the pressure has gone back onto the side of the Honey Badgers, and they've called their time out in response to that. I think that when you're one of the less experienced teams, breaking momentum can be an incredibly difficult thing. Not having the ability to either mentally reset or just basically back your mechanics and just go for it.
Yeah.
Just because you don't have the experience of making those comebacks or changing up that pace. So hopefully this timeout will give them the time to breathe and give them the time to reset and come back into it. But 6 on the bounce now for Ex-Wildcard.
Granted, I gotta say, you know, you said that Honey Badgers, they may not have the experience to, you know, adapt and come up with a counter strategy. But if that is true, individually, like I said earlier, these are some insanely good players. So maybe just play to their strengths on a proper buy round. Granted, it's getting a little bit close and the room to work with is dwindling as we speak. Just, you know, just push aggressively and win, get these man advantages and just makes your life so much easier on the retake, ideally.
Well, their strengths in the first half were punishing the mistakes or over-aggression from the side of Ex-Wildcard. And already Cream has done that, as Northam has
Whoa,
he
hang
knows
on.
where he shouldn't.
Fine with a little bit of intuition ultimate. Did some damage, but onto Sage, unfortunately. So at the end of the day, just loses her armor.
Both the Sovas haven't really had the most success with that Hunter's Fury so far. Still a 4v5 situation that you feel like if they can get one more pick on the side of Wildcard, then the numbers really come into it. But
That's good information as well by Milky. He's pushed deep, so they know they're not going over towards B. 3 plays stacked in mid. This retake is going to be almost instantaneous. But RDW's in deeps. Fulvis! Oh, doesn't see anything!
no.
And RD just capitalizes, picks up 2 clean headshots.
he must have been watching the map. That's all I gotta say for that. Didn't see RDW
Oh,
come in there as Jelly finds a nice angle to take out Swirl. Now a 3v3 situation. Both Rainers have popped ult. Milky has a fast
wait.
flank. It's been spotted.
he has, but he's just trying to duel it out here. Interesting recon arrow used early on just to destroy this flank. Milky, nice positioning. He just baits them.
They can just
Milky!
get the defuse!
No, what have they done?
Oh,
no, Hunter's
no.
Fury! No, Hunter's Fury sign! He used the early round and didn't pay off, and now no util. Smash! Explain it! Tell me! What is this?
Doesn't sign. They found Milky on the flank and they wanted to go flush him thinking that was going to be the power position. Then all of a sudden RD gets jeweled on the site and loses the jewel, and then doesn't sign. They're in Bookwood.
Oh my god.
That's unfortunate timing for RD to go down, but at the same time you can't really blame RD. Like he thinks that he has the 2 players in position to have lineups as well. Both Viper and Sova notorious at having post-plant power. Can Cream hit a shot with the dart? Yeah, he will. He'll hold it.
Oh my god. He ate the recon arrow, letting them swing him, and just catches Swirl in the air. Oh, Jesus.
That was like a slow car crash, that one. That was all. Oof.
Honey Badger don't care.
Painful. No, you don't care.
Again!
And he picked through.
How? Okay, sure, whatever. They duel down and they can't even get the spike planted. Oh, wildcard against match points. This is it.
Yeah, back against the wall. Theoretically, 4v6 because that res is available as well on the side of the Honey Badgers. And you've got to get rid of the raid boss Cream, and there's not a lot of util to do it. No wall on the side of Norsen, which is a pivotal piece of kit here to try and get a plan on the B site. You can see that everyone's kind of stopped, looking for a mistake. Signed is going to go back and try and clear the flank out. Doesn't hear or see anything, so let's focus attention now back onto the B execute.
All this counter wall gives Cream a little bit more space to work with.
30 seconds left.
The next door neighbors now with each other. Nos just gonna stick the plant. It's safe, it's safe. Okay, they do get the spike down. Post-plant situation. Wildcard, they found a way back, and there's a Viper spit. Nos, he's worked wonders in the past. He has to do it again.
Certainly has, and that flank is clear as well.
Nice. Raid Boss Jelly D's down as well. A big threat for Honey Badgers. Wildcard, well, there's the resurrection, so you're 4v6 here, like you said. And pick up button puts it right back down again. However, it's a brawl on site, and what, you blink and suddenly you miss all the action. It's all down to Signed. Oh,
and that'll be it. First map going the way of the Honey Badgers, an upset to start off the proceedings. And
Wow.
you'd say that they were dominant on the first half, dominant on the defense or on the attacking side, and then there was some yips. There was a little bit of flustered movement on the offense, but when they managed to, or on the defense, sorry, but they managed to clean it out. And look at that, 5 first bloods for Cream. That is a big impact, and he managed to really make the difference between himself and Swell in that map.
yeah.
Not something you have to say very often, too. Usually
No.
Swell gets the better of those matchups, but you can see the stats there. They don't lie. Cream had an absolute blinder on this first map.
He did, but then again, also look at Jelly D, 27 kills. That's literally impact right there. This guy, he was just pushing the issue consistently against Wildcard, and Wildcard just could not shut him down. On the rounds they did, though, they kind of got, a little bit closer to winning out, but at the end of the day, look, Honey Badgers, they had too much of a lead early on, and I think that's what cemented this map one.
Yeah, giving up a 9-3 half is criminal. It's really hard to come back from that. Of course, they did manage to string a whole bunch of rounds together on the side of Ex-Wildcard, but they didn't give themselves enough room to work with going into that second half.
Well, guys, let's go for a short breather before map 2, because we're going to need it, because that's one hell of a adventure. Map 2, and that's going to be Ascents coming up soon. A very stock standard map, so I'm eager to see, how these teams play around it. I'm Digital, and with me, Ben O'Hain Smash. We'll see you soon. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Valorant Oceania Tour 2022 on a really hot summer afternoon. Game 1 between the Ex-Wildcard and Honey Badgers did not quite go the way we expected. Look, Smash, we knew it was going to be a close matchup, but Honey Badgers with that first half lead, my goodness, they put on one hell of a show.
Yeah, they did. The Honey Badgers did put on a show, and thankful for it, because now we get to go into map 2 and see Wildcard with their back up against the wall, or Ex-Wildcard now, to see what they're back up against the wall and see what they can pull out. Pressure, you know, makes diamonds. It also makes people crumble. So pressure on Ex-Wildcard now is a very experienced veteran roster. Came in, a lot of these players been playing since day one, and now it's their time to really draw on that experience and make sure that they get over the line.
For sure. And, you know, Wildcard, I guess you can say they were just a little bit shook by the sudden influx of new talent. And because I gotta be honest here, Wildcard, Honey Badgers, they're looking like such a promising team. Super strong, super good fundamentals, and they're playing together as an entire pack. Honey Badgers don't give a F, and we saw that on full display there, map 1. Map 2, though, a sense, we saw Wildcard, a few of these players especially, starting to warm up towards the end of the first map. Yeah. I think, and I hope at least they can carry this momentum over, because by God, we could be in for an absolute doozy, especially leading up to map 3.
Yeah, well, hopefully we get to that map 3. But no, it's interesting you mentioned the new talent aspect of it. I mean, we kind of saw it in VCT as well, with the demise of North America, I guess you'd call it. Is a lot of there's a shift in every game, in every title, where the original players come in and they dominate, they do really well, and then all of a sudden there's this momentum shift between people who maybe picked up Valorant as their new game or their first game, and
yeah,
this is kind of the time frame you'd expect that to come in, where those players with already existing transferable skills are starting to fall off a little bit because they've reached their peak, or there's not much left to grow. And then these new players that are a little bit sharper, a little bit hungrier, a little bit more keen, they don't have any bad habits from other games as well, so they kind of bring in a new fresh approach to the game. And I think you'll see that in Valorant over in Australia, in NA. A lot of these regions, you're going to start to see a lot of names you didn't see last year, and they'll pop up and they'll surprise you. But it'll be good. It'll be good for the scene to get the fresh blood in.
Absolutely.
And get new stories going.
Prime example of it, you know, is Zeke as well for Ascend, who won Champions. He's been an ex-Fortnite player, and you could see him playing in Champions. He looked completely inside his comfort zone. I was genuinely amazed, and man was putting up strong numbers. Same story says in Oceania. I think who was those two Fortnite players, Squeaks and Parpy. Really well known, right? And initially, I could see they struggled a little bit. Good aim, good mechanics, but the knowledge wasn't really there. But as they put in the hours, my God, they started to get better and better and better. And it's just beautiful to see this growth. And now again, all right, map 2 into it. Ex-Wildcard versus Honey Badgers. Honey Badgers this time starting on attack, similar to map 1, and Wildcard choosing defense. Smash, sometimes maybe it's not the map that matters, but rather the side you start on, perhaps.
Yeah, and it is Norsen over onto the Killjoy here as well, which you mentioned was a bit more of a comfortable pick. They clear out the turret really quickly, so it's a good start to the round, as that information won't be available, but it looks like the A play is the way of the game. They're all just rushing up short onto that site now. That is disgusting. You just lock off the short angle, but they don't care. Run right up to glass, and they're already in heaven. No, there's so much to do here. For one, and can't quite get the transfer onto the second. Picklebutter trying his best here, and they leap on him. But Cream from behind gets the backstab. Heartman taken, Spike to go down, and RDW will not know. Suave is right behind him. But Suave, oh Jesus, made it a little bit dicey there. Last 2 players on defense, over towards short. Signed to clear the angle. Those ones around the corner. And Fugazi couldn't quite get the flick. Signed. 3 frags. Yes, but still 1v3. So many angles to clear. And he has a recon arrow. But it's a tall order.
Revealing area.
Yeah, certainly is. Milky's one shot, so that could be the first. Ooh, almost catching Sova out Suave with util. But now it's a 3v1 and they know where position is. Very difficult here, and it could be the pistol going the way of, yep, Honey Badgers now to start it off with the pistol round.
They had all their angles covered. 2 players, one's on top of Generator, that vertical height, and the player underneath them, and then they know no one's over towards long, so surely one person left to basically watch heaven. It's settled. I mean, they're so disciplined. And it's clear cut.
Yeah, well, that was something Crash mentioned in the little bit of break there that we did have. Is that they're Honey Badgers, you can tell they're a bit of the real deal, because if they are playing with that discipline, you know, they'll get the pick early up in the round, and then they'll wait for mistakes, they'll flush out util, they'll have a look before just absolutely sending it. They'll do their due diligence, which is often the sign of a good team, or a team that has a bit of an understanding about the game, not just all aim, no brain.
And as well, you know, it shows that they are serious, that they're here to win. Show up with the monster performance. Open qualifiers won. Get picked up by an org, and you know, if they make it even further up, they've got a promising future in 2022.
Well, yeah, now's the time to put up some big results, really, isn't it?
Of course.
Put your name up in lights and get yourself a shiny little contract. Hopefully, you get a little bit more than just a few shiny keyboards out of it.
Yeah. But you know, a lot of these teams as well, if they get signed early on, they stick together as a team and they stay together throughout the entire year, they could be an absolute powerhouse towards the end of it. And somehow signed escapes with the ult orb. Yes, it's a small win. You take those, but Fulvus guns down 2. Now the defense is just in tatters. Do you stay on A? Or do you go over towards B, and which your teammate just died on? Suave mows down Nonsense, all down to RDW. Can't get it done. Cream, thirsty for a kill, just dives in there. And it's a flawless round.
Yeah, and flawless round is so very important to convert that one out as well, because they're going to carry over 2 Ares, 3 Spectres, which even against rifles, yeah, I mean, the Spectre did get a little bit of a nerf, but they can still do some pretty heavy damage.
Ascent's a pretty close range map, you know, especially a lot of these angles. And sometimes on these dive agents like Jet, just get in their faces through your smoke and spray and pray with the Spectre. Left, right, good night.
It looks like they're going to use those close angles as well, moving over to B, so making full use of their weapons benefits, or...
Oh, the turret gets destroyed by the by the 0 point, I think.
Certainly does, but this is free mid for the side of the Honey Badgers. Giving them an inch and they take a mile. They're actually going to be able to hide from this drone too. It might time out before it gets around the corner. He's checking left first, so yep, does time out. That's one of those things where it just comes down to if it's your day or not, you know?
Woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah. And this is a play we've seen before. Will Cream go in with the dog? Will do.
Shot by Scroll. That's just a safety. Man advantage and then fall right back. Just play full defense. Let the attackers come to them. 50 seconds. I mean, a rotation, it's not off the table just yet. And just as I say that, I think that's what they're going for. But look, Smash, same story over towards A short. So much killjoy util there, just blocking off the angle. You step 1 foot in, out comes the flames.
Yeah, all of that annoying util. I mean, Jelly D is pretty deep, but it's not somewhere that they're looking like they're going to get a lot of value out of. 3 players anchored up onto the B side. Does break the door on Jelly D, and now Swell's going to need to come up big here. Won't be able to.
Okay, that's unfortunate. A good shock dart though by Signed, but 10 seconds. Go now. Now's the time to push. The last 2 players just sitting backside. Nice flash. Finds. Trying to do something here. They're spraying through blindly. Passing the corner. RDW gets the kill. The spike has to get stuck right now. They can't get it done. Okay, Suave puts it down, but he loses his life. I guess you take those small wins. And the next round, it's going to be the full buy regardless.
Yeah, it's the difference though. They were looking for any sort of mistakes. Swell gets the opening pick on the round, so all of a sudden it isn't going the way of the Honey Badgers, that first pick, and then they're slowing it down, trying to look for that mistake, but it doesn't come. They just kind of post up on the side of the Ex-Wildcard team. They're not giving any sort of room to the side of the Honey Badgers. They don't go looking for anything. They play it patient, and eventually time pressure comes through, and that's basically how they win the round on the side of Wildcard, or the Ex-Wildcard.
Desperation and mistakes happen when you know you run down the clock that much.
Certainly do. No new angles or new approaches from the side of the defense, so they're still showing the same default defense that they've shown the whole way through.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But then again, Ascent is one of those maps I think really tests, you know, a team's fundamentals. There's nothing special about the map. Arguably, I think it's really balanced. It just comes down to how well you play as a team. You can't really reinvent the wheel. There's nothing too crazy that you can do on a map like this.
Not unless you're going to switch up agent compositions pretty heavily and try and do some breach cheeses or stuff like that. But
this is pretty stock standard as far as things go.
Yeah. Looks like both teams will have a pretty decent read on what's going to be able to go on. And it's going to be a lot of rounds like this where there's slow information gathered from the attackers. They'll try and find some sort of weak spot or where the defense aren't holding. Signed.
There we go.
Getting it deep enough. So he started in a better position that time with the owl drone. Could have saved himself a lot of hurt if he had that position the other round, but not to be, as
30 seconds
again,
left.
Swirl is holding very aggressive in this B main area.
They need a Jelly D flash to bring them in. Not that it really matters because Fulvus doesn't even fast swing it, just walks around the corner and Swirl, I guess he didn't really expect it. He had to reposition and couldn't do it. Now it's all down to Sign. 10 seconds again. Sign has to go monstrous here. Nice flick. Sign, oh my god, the second! But Fulvus planting safe behind the box, gets it down. Picklebody chimes in as well. It's a tip for trade though. Sign, locking it down. Oh, 3 kills for the man. Your boy's coming to live smash, and Milky 1v2. He needs to push the engagement right now. Get one player down before he gets pinched. Milky camp in the corner, but how it's desperate. Signs toying with them. Signs cleans up 4 kills for the man. B sides. What B sides? Honey Badger just can't even step foot onto it.
I was terrified for Sign there. Last time he was in that position, he had the second player there to play off, but this time, only himself in the back of the boathouse, and it was tame time, that's for sure. Cleans up 4 jewels. Whoa, you gotta be kicking yourself if you're on the side of the Honey Badgers though, not being able to clear that out. They got the information early on too, the flash connected from Sky, knowing that there was a player there in the back of the boathouse, and they just gave him 1-on-1 jewels and Signed,
Out of charges.
showing the experience there of just getting every single head he could ever
They're
want.
not equal.
You know, it's almost uncharacteristic to see Honey Badgers do something like that. And once again, the time management, running it down by that much. But now they're going fast. Swirl this time upgraded his gun, dashes to safety. Oh, and REW sprays through blinds. Honey Badgers, what's going on? Where's the bravado from map 1?
Well, they've tried a few different pace options here. Swirl's having a few pot shots through the wall. Ooh. Doesn't get that one. Yeah, tried a few different pace options, but nothing landing. Let's have a look. 3, now it's just about doing damage, getting out of the round, making it costly for the side of the Ex-Wildcard team, but can't really find a jewel at the moment. They're going to get scouted even more as Jelly D gets pinged for that.
What?
Use that.
All right, holds the angle, just puts one to the chest. You take those, but the walk, and yep, Swirl. I'm not gonna miss that
Spike
one.
down mid.
Now it's all Swamp's turn now, but Swirl, he may not be aware of this. He's looking too high. Around the corner, Ooh. Swirl trying his best to stay alive. Pulls up the classic. Backup is there to save his cheeks. Okay, Wildcard, they take the lead for the first time this series.
Why is that no-scope didn't hit, actually? Those are the ones that often manage to find their way in. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you can...
It's good to see that pro players, you know, when they try to no-scope, it misses. Because whenever I try, my bullet flies to China. It's good to see it happens to them as well. They are human.
Yeah, it's pretty rough getting into China at the moment too, so I'm impressed that it's gotten there.
Speak for yourself, mate. Well, I need a visa too, so...
Luckily enough, I'm set in that regard. Thanks, Uncle Bob. Went over to China to buy car batteries and came home with a wife, so that was good on him.
You find
Just the way the cookie crumbles.
You find love in the weirdest of places.
Most mysterious places, yeah.
In a country of like 1 billion plus people. So, what do you expect?
Well, guess the odds are pretty decent.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Suave, where are you sending Arnie Pie Eye in the sky?
Deploying drone.
Tell you what, he's not scared about any mid peaks or mid aggression. There's no one really holding that angle, he's just ripped it out.
Trying to spot out the Killjoy U2 and ping for his teammates. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes that can be more important than getting the player spot. Just destroying some of the util or getting some of the util out. There it goes. Master util got out by the dog.
That's a lot of util burned right now by Noz.
Yeah, but Norson and Noz have managed to get that A main clear, and that's a pretty powerful position to play from in later on in the round.
And they are aware. Well, same story for Swirl and Jelly. Oh, hey, Ben! Sign holds the angle, but Jelly gets the better of him. And Swirl gets one, misses the second though, pumps the blades out. He's in a rough spot here. Jelly D right next to him. Swirl, he's confused! No, Jelly D had the better of him. And it's all down to RDW now. Can he shine over towards B? 10 seconds again, by the way. They're running out of time. Honey Badgers, what's going on? So uncharacteristic. And Noz on flank catches him out. And it's all down to Swab. You have to kill now. You can't even plant. At this point, I don't even think you can kill. That's done for. What has happened? Honey Badgers, they seem confused.
It's definitely Wildcard kind of turning up and making less mistakes, not over-aggressing, not getting too confident on the peaks. They're showing a lot more respect on this map to the side of the Honey Badgers, and that's kind of catching the Honey Badgers out, because they would be used to teams making a mistake, having a look. But now Wildcard have shored themselves up and made sure that they're not getting a little bit too excited. Maybe they got a bit of a reality check on that first map.
What's good?
Sword has gotten in their ears about it.
Get out of my way.
Some teams, some teams, you know, they wouldn't be able to mentally reset after what happened. But Wildcard, experienced, seasoned players, this is nothing. Oh!
Sit down.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Cream is filthy with it. He is filthy with it. Sometimes I tell you.
That could be the piece of, I wouldn't say luck, but the piece of play that gets them into the map a little bit. Even though it is just a sheriff buy for the side of the Honey Badgers, they still could get some work off this.
I've got your trail.
Seekers come out, cabbages.
Good heads up play though by RDW to ferry the operator away from the enemy team, so there at least you have a gun to play with, and you see more and more teams do that now. But Pickle Butter, yeah, catches Milky by himself alone, and the sheriff, he can't really afford to waste that many bullets on a turret. RDW, flash, swing, Noz, kills the bleeding player, smash, and RDW, just give him the operator. Nice quick scope, and Cream. Oh, never mind. Can't get anything else. He had a nice shot early on, but that was the only kill the entire team would get this round.
Yeah, that chicken shortage isn't affecting RDW. He's managed to get a few 3-piece feeds this series so far. It's looking pretty decent for him, actually. Doesn't look like the break has slowed down RDW at all.
No.
RDW and Signed have been consistently fragging out, so...
I think he's always one of those players that, you know, you never really expect or think about when you say, oh, strong player, good fragger, but I suppose that could be a good thing. When you're least expected, you know, you may pull off some real surprises, but he is, by God, consistent and a hard worker, to say the least.
What you want from players as well. I mean, it's nice to have the stars that hit the most ridiculous shots, but as well as you want that consistent player to back them up. And RDW showing that 2021 was no fluke. He's still the same consistent contributor.
Well, let's not gas him up too much. He has had quiet moments, but more often than not, the rate is good.
Yeah, I think he'll be happy enough. You take the good with the bad, really. As Cream enters deep onto site, into the jet dash. This is the first time they've really met no resistance on either site and managed to get in for free. So
basically,
Ex-Wildcard not getting the read this time around.
Basically, it's the first time that they've actually just dashed onto A as well, but the spike just has taken so long and awkwardly getting ferried over towards A.
Yeah, a bit like the Olympic torch was doing a bit of a world tour. That's alright. Gets where it needs to be at the end of the day.
Double Killjoy lockdown available. This is going to get messy. I mean, this is predictable as well, but do they have counter lineups? Oh, okay, Jelly starts off nicely. Signed is gone. No counter lineups there. And Milky catches RDW as gets forced out. Noz refrags, but hey, look, Wildcard, they've lost 2 players now. This retake is getting harder by the second, but Jelly goes down. What? Oh dear, you're joking, but the time, Suave, his gun may be out, they're killing the corner, Suave pulls out the gun, what is the duel? And now comes a util, it was accidentally placed there, but it's okay, works out in their favor. The Shorty can't really do much here. Oh my God, you're joking. Honey Badgers, 3 players detained, and Wildcard still couldn't retake the site.
I got so excited, they saw the number 3 pop on, like, boys, we're in here, piled on in. But it wasn't quick enough, Suave managed to pull it out. Of his back pocket in time. I don't know how you pull a Vandal out of your back pocket, Suave. I don't know what pants you're wearing, but they're mighty fine. And
boy.
Unfortunately for Wildcard, they get a little bit too excited on the retake. I mean, well, it was a difficult one to be fair, with the 2 players playing A main, but 5-3, still a close game. Let's have a look at the economy. All right, operator up for each jet. Again, Cream top on the board on the side of the Honey Badgers.
Found them.
It's the first time they've really checked as well for that aggressive angle, actually, but it does cost them the dart for that.
Signs of life. And, you know, I love this. This is just keeping it so competitive. Wildcard, they showed up, but at the flip side, you know, what happens then? Honey Badgers, they just turn up the pace a little bit, and they get.
Yeah.
But still, though, that wasn't meant to happen. 3 players detained.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
That's one for the the reviews look, I think.
Butterfly effect as well, because you know when Killjoy first rounded to the side, I think he meant to throw the Nano Swarm over towards Heaven, and it missed, and it still worked out.
Enemy mark.
Happy little accidents, as Robert Ross once said.
Mm-hmm. No mistakes.
See the slowdown again. This is more type of Honey Badger-esque gameplay that we've been seeing, where they're just looking for that mistake, looking for that peak.
Yeah, but you know, earlier in this game, the past few times they've tried it, they've just run out of time towards the end because Wildcard, I think, they're starting to get wise to what they're trying to do, and Wildcard just sitting far back, holding their angles
30 seconds
and
left.
waiting. They have useful to play with, and they have the time advantage.
Yeah, pitch to tent. Milky will be the first contact you'd imagine when this smoke does fade. Noz looking the wrong way. Timing.
Once the thing goes down, oh, Pickle Butter almost getting caught with his pants down. Cream first on site. Cream locks down the angle, but Noz, he's just being a little rat, hiding in the corner. But Cream finds a shot above his head. They haven't cleared the angle. They think it's clear. Noz could be the game changer here. 1, 2. Noz putting in the works, but runs out of ammo. He's gone now. By now, RDW puts out the null command. Milky just sitting down hell, biding his time. Meanwhile, signed on lurk. Jelly's not going to see this coming from a mile away. Easy clap. That's all down to Milky. Can he get it done? Has the right gun for it. Just needs the right timing. Playing over towards Generator. They know where he is. RDW jumps on top. Milky has no idea, but RDW is also confused. You're joking. Gets the kill. And now Cosmic Divine is up, but just has to play the time and needs time to activate. Bring around the Rosie. He could just defuse it, but Milky just being so patient here, waiting. Play behind the box. Unbelievable.
box as well.
He can't hear it. Oh, Sign breaks his wrist. What the flick? You must be so proud. But the time, oh dear.
Clutch.
We couldn't hear the spike ticking away because we were on the other side of the wall, but great flick though, I gotta say.
Oh, he's sharp.
Yeah,
He's on point today, signed.
not bad. Overwatch
Yeah.
World Cup skills. It's paying off.
I'm saying, where was this in the Pacific Showdown, Dale? I mean,
Oh dear. 4 to 5 now. I gotta say, Smash. You
Evening
said,
up.
you know, breaking the momentum. They've done it. This is it. Honey Badgers basically nipping at the heels now.
such a strange round though to come out. I mean,
Here.
the time pressure, 13, 14 seconds to execute onto the site, and managed to get it done despite Noz getting a big double. And you'd think that they'd be on here, but Swirl doesn't manage to convert off the flash.
Look, it's a play we've seen a lot in, like, you know, Twitter clips and ranked plays, but in high-level pro play,
Wall of
I
knife.
don't know. I don't know about it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to work out. That's the thing, right? Like, it looks rubbish when it doesn't work out, but when it does work out, all of a sudden you're a superstar.
Yeah, I guess.
But the aggression hasn't worked out for the most part. There's been a few rounds where Swirl's managed to go and get the opening kill into that B main area, but that time just doesn't work out for him.
But you know what this is? It's like Honey Badgers. They're starting to basically punish Wildcard again for being aggressive on defense. Deja vu.
And this time, it is actually Signed not playing on that B site, so it's a different defense hold, and you can already see it's falling apart. A Signed on the rotate gets picked off by Jelly, which gives the Seekers, which means A site clear as crystal.
Information as well. One's over towards
Yeah.
Heaven. RDW, he's going to push this. I think he wants to try and get something
30
done.
seconds left.
The
Greedy.
pixel, perfect. RDW, nice goal to Swab, and that's the spike. All right, buy some more time, but however, Jelly defrags right back. Similar position. 0 point down. RDW, that's sharp, man. RDW, popping heads, locks it down. But however, on lurk, on flag, Milky 1v1. But it doesn't matter. RDW did so much, but Milky just secures the deal. Now we're all tied up.
Oh, RDW with it all. 4 clean taps or clean headshots. The 5th man goes down though.
Oh,
Kicking yourself. Well, not kicking yourself really if you're RDW, but you're just wondering what more can I do? And there wasn't a lot more.
smashing his keyboard, I tell you. They had the right idea as well. They expected one to be on flank. They probably even heard it as well. Oh my goodness.
Rampaging robot just not enough at the moment. 5 to 5 equals up. And I gotta say, without the heroics of some of these players, it could be a lot uglier on the side of Ex-Wildcard. They could be down. I have to see how they can clean out this half. It is a bit of an odds and sods buy. They've gone to the good Sammys and picked up whatever's in the bin. Thankfully, the air is quite potent at the moment, so you're not too upset having that in your hands. Oh. Let's have a look at the defensive setup. Yeah, it is going to be signed on A. They are leaning heavier towards A again. And definitely know where the Sova is this time. Because the darts have come out and aggressive peak coming from Swell, but not matched. And
That's
could see
the
similar to what last round ended up being.
that's the jet dash used really early round as well, so he won't have that get out of jail free card later. No. Butterfly effect, butterfly effect, honestly. It may come back to bite him. RDW craps his pants a bit. He spots out so many over towards short. Now with the buffed Ares, can he put it to work? Swill still trying to make some wonders happen. But how the ace has been taken. Swill will fall. The Spectre reigns supreme. RDW's trying to lock it down. Go for one. Flash. Hot flash. Swings at the corner and just misses them. But good wall damage though. About to go down. Retake happens.
Spike planted.
Question is, does RD pull out the ult this round or keep it in the back pocket for the final?
You've got to keep it for the final, I reckon.
Thank you.
Swarm grenade out.
Do they will have a good buy going into the final round? Oh, no, they send it.
All right, in the go. RDW, great start. Increased fire rate already on top of the Ares. And it's an absolute brawl on site, but... Wow. Honey Badgers, they just storm everywhere and just flog everyone.
Last round in the half.
6-5. They've secured the half, but a much tighter scoreline than map 1.
Yeah, an explosion of action at the end of that half or end of that round to
BYB
seal it
fam.
down. So
Going to
already, I
Ashford
mean,
to them.
look, it's a
Ashford
better start for the side of
Guardian
Wildcard compared to the last map. They've got themselves 5 rounds in the first half, which is nice, but
Checking the situation.
It's not
at the same
ideal.
time, I know they would be,
Placing swarm grenade.
well, they need to go 6. Ideally, they would have wanted 7 or 8, actually, on the defense. Giving themselves the best chance, but
Yeah.
Get out of my way.
You just can't let Honey Badgers even get close, because this is a team, a force to be reckoned with from what we've seen now in the series.
yeah.
And there you
also
go!
More early aggression being taken out. It just has not worked for the side of Ex-Wildcard tonight. They just, this early aggression in the rounds has just been met solidly too.
Oh my lordy Christ. RDW, he's been playing on the burner this entire game, but you can just almost feel the tension in his movements.
Down.
And Honey Badgers, as cool as a cucumber, dare I say. Once again,
Well,
Honey Badger don't care.
This is that thing that Crash was mentioning in the half is they get the big advantage, but they don't just go overboard and just send it up the guts there. They could have walked right into RDW's grenade and really
player
thrown
standing.
away this massive advantage
Spike
they've built for
planted.
themselves, but they don't. They managed to secure it out. And a flawless round to end the half, 7-5.
Jesus Christ.
You're laughing if you've invested in the Honey Badger stocks.
Switching sides.
You know, I gotta say, Smash, when is the tactical timeout? When is it? We saw one really late in map 1, but something's just not working. And, you know, I don't really think that Wildcard, they're doing anything wrong per se. I mean, sure, there's aggression, but at a certain point, you do need the aggression to get yourself the man advantage. But Honey Badgers, they're cracked as hell. And like you said it, they don't overcommit.
No, they've done really well on that. Not so far. I mean, yeah, you can be the asshole caster here, you know, the Captain Hindsight, and be like, well, you know, why is Ex-Wildcard going for this aggression and always coming up short? You know, you'd think they'd stop going for the aggression, but it is kind of their playstyle. You know, they have those players that you'd expect to be the fraggers and
Yes.
win those opening duels. And that's why they're going for it. Oh, Milky, he had it all in front of him, but he just fumbled the bag a little bit. But 3v1, they managed to clean him out, push him out. Fulvus now under the side, being spotted out. And a bit greedy there from Norson to try and go for
Oh
that
my
duel.
God.
Yeah, Fulvus kind of led into the round there.
Escaping with murder.
Spike planted.
3 players on reload,
Yeah.
2 players pushed him basically one by one, and Fulvus just frags out. He's done his job. Numbers are even. It's so doable now, but oh, it's a bloody brawl. Jelly first to go down. The Cream starting to make his way onto the side there. Then to join his teammate. Cream, sharp flick. Damien gets a second now. Suave, 100 HP. He's healthy. 2 players are reasonably low. He can do this. It's doable. Huh, you stun me? Who cares? I don't need you till. I don't have anything left. But however, it's all about time and the crossfire now. Suave, trying to figure out what to do. Fake shot, but no one bites. Drops down. The time running thin now. Suave has to get something done. Fugazi, man, Swell seals the deal. All right, 67 Wildcard. It came kind of close there, I won't lie. But at the end of the day, advantage and discipline seals the deal.
Yeah, managing to go for that crossfire. Setting that up was kind of little bit greedy for Norson on like 11 HP to try and pick the player under. Then Cyan just gets tapped out of the server. So a little bit of work there from the side of Fulvis or from the player Fulvis to
Here.
get him into that round. But
Find the weak point.
now you'd say that if an easy conversion comes out for the side of Wildcard here, then now it's even Stevens. Pistol rounds, 2 apiece, or 1 apiece, and the conversion. And then we'll really get to see what team is ahead at the moment. Because in this map, at least, it has been haymaker for haymaker.
You know, though, I think actually RDW KO on the attack side, I just have a gut instinct that something special is going to be in store for us. Just a gut instinct. Big call out, though. Big call out.
Bot
No,
coming back.
I mean,
Oh, come on.
he's been the player to watch so far.
That's true.
Signed and RDW have definitely been the best out of the Ex-Wildcard guys. Swell's been uncharacteristically quiet for the 2nd map in a row, and it is a case of if Swell turns on, that's going to be the difference maker. Turret going for a bit of a ride there.
I mean, he's starting to warm up a little bit, though. But then again, sometimes when you're a little bit quiet, just get in there, be the body, be the distraction. But Fulvis goes... Are you joking? Fulvis, he did so much damage! Sign is low now. Right now, Honey Badge just throwing bodies at them. Oh, God, they're tacked up a bit. Suave, you're joking, right? 2v2. They're on a stiff eco with classics, pretty much. Playing offside post plant. Signers are shot away from dying. Shock dart. Suave's just gonna stick it potentially.
One enemy
Oh no. It's all down to Signs. He's so low. 26 HP. This isn't what you want to happen. But the wallbang potential. Cream holding a wider angle. Signs. How much more can you do, baby? They're taking them down. Signs. Oh no. The defuse came through. Oh, smash. I'm crying in the club.
Well, you're not the only one. I think there's at least 3 players on Wildcard right now that are crying in the club, but can't cry over spilt milk, no use. Tears won't help out this situation, is it?
Oh no.
It's a case of...
He had the right idea.
Yeah, they had it all ready to go, and then Fulvis just left unchecked. He gets the first frag onto RDW, and then lowers Sign down to barely anything. And it was just a strange peak, you know? It was just a strange angle not to be checked.
Oh dear.
Also gets subs, so damage boost is there, and all of a sudden he's just gone, and Suave taking out Norson with a shock dart. Nothing is going right for the side of Wildcard.
No, no, no.
Nothing is going right for the side of Wildcard.
One
Oh
enemy
my
remaining.
God.
Spike down.
Okay,
Attacker
signed.
spawned.
Good shot. But at this range, it's going to be 145-1, but he's getting pinched now. And the rifles, of course, went out at the end of the day. Honey Badgers, okay. You know, I think the scoreline, it was basically tied up, but just like that. Second half, they flipped the switch and they regained the lead.
Yeah, and Cream didn't even invest into that round. He was the player that didn't choose to buy into anything, so that round was actually just free for the side of the Honey Badgers. So fantastic work from them to put on the aggression on the offense or on the defensive half to get that done. But I'm struggling to see how Wildcard get back into this.
I have faith. They KO. They've got some magic coming. I have faith, I think. I kind of just want to see a map 3, but...
Oh, I do too.
It's... Oh, Sign! That's a huge tag!
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's Suave. My bad. I hyped up Sign a bit too much there. Wrong person. Now I'm sad.
It's probably the first Hunter's Fury kill we've seen all series, actually.
That's right. Oh my God. Oh, yep. They know what's coming from that previous round there. A single gravity well, fragile, and then shock dart comes in, insta death. Get the hell out of dodge.
Must-win round for the side Ex-Wildcard. They really need this one to get back. Break some momentum, but also build some economy.
Yeah. This late into the half as well, especially the scoreboard for Honey Badgers. It's almost gonna be a nail in the coffin. Oh, Jelly D, you spray now. My God.
Here.
He has no flash to go through either.
He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know. Wildcard just walked onto the A site, and Pickle Butter just holding the angle a little bit.
Heard the jump?
Yes, that's good.
30 seconds left.
Cosmic the Divine now available for Wildcard. Cream has no idea. My goodness. Wildcard, they're right under their noses. There you go. Easy execution onto the Cream. And it's a huge wake-up call. Oh, Jelly deals the swing, and Norson to punish. Wildcard, you said they had to win it. This is it.
Grenade out.
Yeah, no. get some, but not enough presence in A main, so the post plant is not strong.
Oh my god. You gotta be
Suave
careful.
not managing to line that up.
No, it doesn't see him! It's up! Oh no, it doesn't matter. Killjoy's dead. Swab picks up 2! Wildcard, not like this. Post plant on EW, steps up, pedal to the middle. 2 on 2. Now a double crossfire, but
remaining.
Swab, he's on 4! Everything's on REW now. I can't land the flick. Oh my goodness, what happened? They were right under their noses. They took the site,
My ult's not ready.
and then Swab just absolutely dunks on them.
No words. How Suave must have found the perfect timing to come out there and get those, because it didn't even look like it was 1v1 duels. It looked like the players weren't even looking.
Well, arguably, it kind of was
Ooh.
1v1s at the end of the day there, but my goodness. I guess, you know, part of it at this point, I want to think is Honey Badger just playing so confident right now, and Wildcard, you know, just playing so defensive. The Honey Badgers, they know they can swing these angles, and they know that Wildcard just probably won't peek them at all because they want to play defensive. Set up the crossfires, and that's when they come in 1 by 1, clear the angles 1 by 1, and that's it.
There's definitely a hole in these post plants because that's the second time they've been punished by a Heaven player, or maybe even the third time they've been punished by a Heaven player poking out. Alright. Win condition for Wildcard. It's Swirl. Swirl is obviously a superstar for this roster and has been for many, many series, and someone that casters will crap on about until the cows come home about being a star. Now's the time where genuinely need it, because I mean, form is temporary, but class is permanent.
I think I hear mooing outside my door actually.
Cows could be coming home to roost.
Counter lockdown. It's going to get bloody. Hunter's Fury on the attack. Sign gonna destroy it. Sign! There you go! I mean, sorry, Swirl picks up 2. Free gun upgrade. Just dueling on sites. The only play of the attack is still sitting on A, just to lock it down and get intel for his team. And Honey Badgers, this has got to be a save. You're out of it.
Oh.
Oh.
Go on, son.
Go for it, Swirl.
2 massive. Yeah, I mean, if that's how you get yourself into the round, into the series, then go for it.
Okay.
There you go.
Style
Just a bit
points.
style. Like, sometimes that's what you need, especially the younger player, just to get that momentum on your side. Alright.
Thrifty.
Yeah, just to get that feeling back, just to take these duels, and if you win them, your confidence goes through the roof. Becomes a bit of an expensive round though, with a few players dropping. But most important thing at the moment is rounds on board.
Yes. Oh, okay. That round there, you know, like you called it. The trump card, like the X factor they needed was Swirl. Had the blades, and basically a point blank situation goes ballistic. That's
Like,
huge.
it's just the way that the maps have progressed. Swell's going to need to do that several times to get the team
Yeah.
back into it, because
Revealing area.
And that's not organic. You can't always rely on it. You still need your team there to back you up.
You should run.
B-side's empty.
Can't really.
So Wildcard, I suppose they are already set to play retake without knowing it. Then again, look at where Astra's playing. Really late lurk. Ooh, that's brutal though. Jelly D spraying it down. Oh, Suave as well gets a second Wildcard. What's happening? They're getting bitten. They're getting overtaken. Swirl pops off for 1, but still he has 4 more to go through at this rate. Yeah, basically now. Last player standing, 65 HP. Sharp flick, he's trying his best, just can't get it done. Fulvus locks the angle down. I really thought they had a thing going for them in previous
this
rounds.
is where the 2 rifles they lost at the end of the, not last round, but the round before. That's where it comes back to bite them, because you look at the economy now and there's 2 players
busted.
with enough money to buy up, but there's going to be that one odd man out that won't have enough money for anything. So
Placing swarm grenade. Placing alarm bot.
What,
now it becomes
what's
a little
the
bit
decision?
unfortunate.
What's it, what, like, do they force now?
You're not
Or do
giving
they
up
have
12,
to
surely.
play for overtime?
Oh, you're playing for overtime, it looks like.
Oh my god, 2 hero rifles. Find and Swirl. They need to pull off a miracle.
Dynamic duo, you'd say.
Alright.
Oh,
That's a good start, but Milky D's already there. Cream catches Swirl running in thirsty for the kill. And 1 by 1's the snowball effects, they fall
here.
down.
Yeah, the rifles are gone.
I
One
mean,
enemy remaining.
yeah, that
This
was
is the classic player on Noz, so it's about all she wrote. And
Okay.
after this, it will be Ex-Wildcard being one game away from Djokovic territory of packing their bags and getting sent home. Ah,
all right.
their tonk.
Spike miles away, 40 seconds. Has some time to make a play here. Fake smoke as well. Looks the wrong way. Oh, that's shot by Noz.
30
Final
seconds
mouse,
left.
Starlight 12 coming in clutch. I've seen his tweets.
God, you're joking. Yeah, well, Noz would be the one to purchase that investment, I'll call it.
Again, so slow. 10 seconds. He has to commit to something now. It has to be the plants. Can't go short. There's
10
util there.
seconds left.
Oh, this is
Oh,
ballsy.
Fulvus.
Fulvus just has to walk out. Noz turns tail with the worst possible timing.
Yeah.
And Fulvus just caps him. I mean, back against the wall, you know. You really
Match
don't have
point.
much to go off of there. Match point and wildcard. This is it. Do or die, literally. And not only that, it has to be flawless.
Well, I mean, I was speaking to me mate, right? So,
Yeah.
speaking to Jordation, and he's good mates with the wildcard guys. Obviously, it's listed as their sub, so he knows a little bit about him. And I asked him, "Oh, what's going on tonight, Jordan? What's gonna happen in the server?" And he was like, it'll be close, but it'll be a 2-0. But I'm gonna go look back at the messages to see which way he said, because I mean, it has been close, but it's looking like a 2-0 the way I wouldn't have expected, honestly.
I'll be honest. I think I kind of bagged honey badgers to win this. Just
Really?
the pure raw talent I think is there.
Crash was saying the Scrimbox are in their pocket as well, as now the utility comes out and there's going to be a bit of pace from the side of Ex-Wildcard, but Suave is
Suave.
playing in a powerful position
It's not
with
smoked off.
util all ready as well, and
Oh,
Jelly
no.
gets the opening pick.
Oh no. All right. Ben Beckman frags back. It's just hit for a tat right now. Haymakers, like you said. And the wild card, same story again. Playing post blunt, holding angles, being so defensive. But it hasn't worked out in the past. I don't know about this time. Cream dropped the gun, picks up a rifle. Dashing onto the side now. Here comes a retake. And look, the double team. 1 for 1. Wildcard down on the last legs. But however, they come out on top. They hang on.
By the skin of their pearly white teeth, you'd say that they managed to get that round out. It could have been a disaster. That pick from signed in mid was actually quite pivotal. They're taking out of the sky. Cabbages were coming through, but that sky util, those flashes can be quite annoying to deal with. RGW and Noz really battening down the hatches and saving the round though. Alright, let's have a look. Rifles everywhere.
Yes.
Operator for Cream. Looks like util will be okay. Noz has the Cosmic Divide up as well. Suave with the ultimate. Just sending it straight away. No tag? One tag here, surely.
Was that 2 or
Hang on,
1?
you want to
Oh,
fight
only
it?
1.
Just one. Alright, Swell. Now's your time.
Oh, that was a filthy shock dart, though. Swirl just ate it to the face. All right. Flash, dash, Cosmic Divide. He's safe. Milky, find a few shots, but I don't think they realize this here. Milky for 1, RDW, instant crack of the wrist,
Down
flicks
A.
around. Ace Ice been taken, but they're just being overly cautious right now. But no, they're backing away over towards B. This could be disaster. No one's rotated off yet. Oh, dear.
Oh, this has now become a 3v4 situation where defenders have the 3 and attackers have the 4. You need to slow it right down and clear angles as a 2v2 pairing, or because if you lose the opening duel, things can get really messy if you're the attackers really quick. And look at the read already. You see Cream, he's not sold on this A being the plan. As soon as this knife comes out, you'll see the running shoes get on. Yeah, that's it. Nike's on for Cream.
Okay, Jelly D. Didn't really have to go for that swing, but he
30
did.
seconds
Fulvus,
left.
though. He's cracked, but yeah, think special of it. Wait. What are they doing?
They might
they're
have to save. Yeah, look,
Alright.
half armor and the operator on Cream. That's all he's got to his name. And
Spike
Fulvus.
planted.
Get out of there.
Becomes a bit of an economy game now. I don't think Wildcard can get too fancy and go look for these kills either. I think they have to kind of post up and
Oh, yeah, for sure. You play
Think
against
about
match
mine.
point. You can't afford to lose anything, honestly.
not at the moment.
Yeah.
Is it going to be one of those games? Is it going to be the like previous map where they got so tantalizingly close to bringing it back, but just unable to get there?
You know, I'm going to say it right now. I think that could be the way it's leading. Honey Badgers, they have 4 rounds to work with, right? At the very least. Well, 3 rounds, realistically. They can honestly turn something around because they've been so good at changing the pace for so many of these rounds in this entire series. I wouldn't be surprised if they just do it again.
You see the Ex-Wildcard team absolutely terrified of moving an inch further to losing rifles. Yeah, alright, looking at it, you'd think that there's a half buy in it for this round for the side of the Honey Badgers, and then 2 full buys. So they'll have 2 good opportunities, 2 50-50s, and then a 75-25 on the way wildcard, really, to close this one out. So odds definitely in the favor of the Honey Badgers, but they just need to do as much damage as they can this round, and or maybe if they force a mistake, they might win it.
That blade's gonna destroy his util, so Cream has to back out of there. Nice recon arrow. Milky holds the angle for 1. Sora, what the hell was that? Looked like he was full sprint. Legs were doing the split. Fulvus though, in a rough spot. Swings right out. You can't really see anything. And it seems like Norson just had the best of him. Honey Badgers again in a 2v4. Yeah.
Cream's gonna save this operator.
Wild can maybe still fight because they are able to buy regardless of the next round. But the operator, that's the big, hefty investment you don't want to be losing.
So I've got the Phantom, and it looks like we'll try and hold them in, maybe go for some exits because, yeah, that's probably the best you can get off this. Suave actually topping the board for the Honey Badgers at the moment with 19. RD, the only one to break 20 in the server, in fact, so... Again, another consistent performance out of RDW.
Speaking of, consistency, I reckon in the region, like, there's 2 players that you can really put their hat on, you know? One of them, like you said earlier, RDW. And the other, Disco from Order. I've never seen that guy play poorly. Well, if he has, very rarely, but... Paul Norson, okay, loses his life, but not the end of the world. They've won the previous round, saved everything. They can afford to spare some cash now.
No, Disco's been a hallmark of consistency in pretty much every FPS title he's competed in, so no surprises there.
Alright, but Smash, this is the round I fear. Honey Badgers, back on track with their economy and buys.
Yeah, I do like the fact that Swirl hasn't gone to the operator and is playing the rifles, playing a little bit more fast and loose with it. I mean, the operator, of course it can be damaging, but I kind of need Swirl in the game at the moment. And you can see the knives are already out.
God. When you're on the attack as well, on the map kind of this close quarters, you want to just brawl.
Oh.
Well, misses 2 blades. Flash by RDW. And Swirl tries to rush into the commit. Can't get it done though, Suave. Let's get to the murder. Suave gets a second. He's done his job on defense.
Oh, the trade didn't come out, and now it's getting picked apart on the side of Wildcard. The aggression from Milky out as well. Oh. Short, though. Yeah.
It's my worst nightmares come true.
Taking that back.
Yeah.
Did Milky see him? What was that?
No, I think Milky was just having a punt.
It doesn't matter. The distraction was there. Well, it's your boy signed.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He's up Crap Creek without a canoe though. Maybe we'll find one.
He's paranoid. He's paranoid. He knows what's happening. He has to get an engagement somewhere. Fake the fight by the Honey Badgers. They just swing. 13-10, Smash. 13-10. Oh my. There's the upset you were looking for.
Yeah, and I mean, you would have to call it an upset going into it. Number 1 seed in the bracket were the Ex-Wildcard guys. They had some good moments, and they had some moments that kind of showed that they're still there. They're still the same team. But there was just some missing pieces. Of course, they didn't have Swell on full firepower mode tonight. He didn't show up and put the results up that he usually puts up. And when Swell went missing, there wasn't the second player. I mean, RDW is always going to be consistent, but there wasn't the second player to come to the call. But at the same time, you got to be impressed with the way the Honey Badgers went about their business. When they got leads, they didn't throw them away. They played very disciplined. They played off each other, and then they allowed Jelly D, especially over both the maps. Jelly D is definitely the MVP. The Reigner performance on Icebox was disgusting, and then backing it up on Sky, not as dominant, but at the same time, he made all the plays that he needed to and managed to secure it out. So Jelly D, the MVP.
Absolutely, and Jelly, he's been consistent as well through his entire series. Cracked out of his mind on Icebox, just putting up straight numbers, and then he flexes straight onto Sky for Ascent, and once again, provides value. The flashes, the intel gathering with the Trailblazer, and still hits shots. But seriously though, Suave, for some of these rounds, my god, this guy just turned on. Map 1, he was a little bit quiet, and then becomes a superstar. Map 2, and Honey Badgers, you know, for a lot of teams in the region, this is why I think a team that has a really well-rounded core or roster of players can be so deadly. Because if some players, they aren't too crash hot on one map, and then on the next, you know, they're playing support, someone else turns up, it's just non-stop. What do? They never have quiet games.
Yeah, it's hard to shut them down. I mean, Suave did have that quiet Icebox, as you mentioned. It was a little bit quiet, but
Yeah.
Jelly D across the series, nuts. 6 opening frags on this map, and I believe it was 4 on the previous, so 10 opening for the series. That's pretty decent numbers. Swell had 5 on the Ascent maps, which is, I mean, that's kind of what you want, 5 opening frags, but it just wasn't able to convert the rounds, really. Wasn't able to make it such a consistent thing. Unlucky for the side of the Ex-Wildcard guys. I'm sure that they'll go back to the drawing board and think about what they can change. They'll have a look at the replays and see what goes on. Hopefully, we don't see any cold feet roster changes out of this, because it can often be the way where you get a little bit of an unexpected result and then all of a sudden you want to kick one of your mates, but probably better not to do that. Stick with what you know, because sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, you know, like we said earlier, Swirl, sometimes he was the X factor, but with the one round he went ballistic, it wasn't, you know, able to be duplicated. You couldn't carry it further. You don't have the ultimate anymore. Like I said, it's not organic. You can't do it again. But hey, look, Wildcard, they still have some of their old, you know, like core functions, for lack of a better term. They showed promise, good mental game, and they really brought it close. But Honey Badgers, you know, the new talent on the block, a little bit unpredictable, dare I say, and it's just hard to counter at times. They change the pace up, and some of these players just cracks out of their minds. And at the end of the day, if you can't land the shots to get the trades, nothing you can do.
No, and there's plenty of information, I guess, there for the Ex-Wildcard guys to work with. They can have a look at that A retake, or well, their A post plant, I guess you'd call it, because that would definitely add a lot of holes in it. It was like Swiss cheese, that one, but still a lot of positives for them. So yep, hopefully we see a lot more of the side of the Honey Badgers though, and you know, they've got a long way to making their mark today.
Oh, you know what? Finally, just in time as well, got Suave to reply and come in for a quick chit chat. Because I want to hear, you know, what they have to say. Because Honey Badgers, my goodness, what an absolute banger of a series. And so I'm impressed. Suave, man, welcome. 2-0, that was clean against #1 seed. How you feeling?
Hello. I mean, hard work paid off for us, definitely. I don't know how much hours doing custom, like day in, day out. I think, yeah, but I'm happy about it. It was proud of the boys. I think everyone performed pretty well. The vibes were good, and yeah, it was pretty aesthetic.
Yeah, no, you've been a fantastic job knocking. As DG said, knocking off the first seed is always an impressive feat, especially with a relatively young roster, I'd say. You know, there's a few players that have played together on your team, but how long have you been practicing as a core 5?
Since I think before the XP tournament, so around that time, because I think it was by like the end of December, or like end of December, started January, started really putting in the hours. But yeah, that was about it really.
Yeah,
wow.
I mean, looking like the hard work is paying off.
Yeah, I'm really happy. Like I that's like one thing to say, I guess. Like I don't even know what else to say, man. Like that's about it.
Hey, look, Crash is saying as well, he can hear your smile over how you speak, and we can hear it too, man. Because look, seriously, you guys were crash hot tonight. Unbelievable. Some of the players map 1 were cracked out of their minds. Map 2 as well. You were putting up insane numbers and then getting quad feeds on the retakes. Just absolutely a treat to watch. But hey, Swap, you know, going forward, what's the hopes and dreams for Honey Badgers? Because you guys can't stay as Honey Badgers forever. This team has promise.
That's true. I mean, look, we're just gonna take it one step at a time. We're gonna go back. You know, it's not over yet. We gotta humble ourselves again. But yeah, that's about it really. Just back to square one.
Well, that's exactly right. Stay humble, because you know it's awfully easy to get a big head, especially when you're knocking down some of the more established names in the scene. But just quickly, who is the good vibes officer in the team? Because that's a very important role to play.
Everyone. I mean, like everyone was yelling in the call. It was intense. It was really intense. But I mean, I'm glad it worked out in our end.
Perfect. No, you've done really well for yourself.
All right, Suave,
Thank you.
pat on the back, get some rest, and hit the VOD reviews, whatever, because tomorrow another big day ahead of you guys.
Appreciate it. All right, take care, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, you heard the guy. He was grinning ear to ear. Unbelievable. Super happy about that win. 2-0, man. What more can you say beyond that? You knocked out Ex-Wildcard in a rather convincing fashion. I mean, sure, a few rounds there got a little bit close for comfort, especially with Wildcard making a small comeback, but they sealed the deal, and it was clean.
Oh, certainly do. And you always remember the first big one as well, so I'm sure he'll keep that one with him for many years to come, wherever he ends up, or wherever the whole team ends up. They'll remember that one for as long as they're playing, pretty much. So, no, all in all, fantastic series, did you?
Yep, absolutely. Smash, thank you for joining me. Of course, a lovely observer, Crash OBS. Guys, hope you enjoyed the show. And there will be no more games tonight because everyone's tired. It's a Friday night. Go enjoy yourselves, have some beers, whatever it is. It's a bloody hot day. Everyone, we won't see you tomorrow because I have got a dinner date going on. But everyone, thanks for tuning in. See you next time.